Yo, what's up, everybody? Now, I was looking at WWE news and TNA news and what's going on in the wrestling world, and there's a rumor every year that the WWE is going to buy TNA. Now, they've been talking about it every year for the past, maybe 6 years now, them buying TNA and what's in TNA and whatnot. And, now, I don't watch TNA anymore. I'm not a fan of TNA. People like the Matt Hardy brother Nero stuff, but I just hear about it. I don't really watch it. I think it's kind of corny to me, but that's just my opinion. But as far as buying TNA goes and the WWE, using them and stuff. Now, looking at their roster, um, now Don and Tony and Kevin Castle talked on a broadcast on about them buying TNA, about the roster and people they wouldn't want in the business, and now that the WWE has done a draft with Raw and SmackDown, the roster seems pretty weak, and there's just no, I think SmackDown needs more big stars, like Raw needs more big stars. Seeing the main event, like Rusev versus Cesaro, or the main event Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, it's like really right now, the WWE can use some help too. I mean, it's kind of weird that AJ Styles is the WWE champion right now. I thought I would never see that happening, but wrestling wants their ratings, and the WWE wants you to watch, and they know how to manipulate you into thinking things will happen or not happen, and they know that AJ Styles as a champion, people will watch it. Sorry if my voice is a little bad. I've been kind of sick lately, but looking at TNA, they do have a lot of cruiserweights in TNA, so that'd be good for the cruiserweight division. The Brian Kendrick, for example, is in the Cruiserweight Classic, but also people like DJZ could be in the Cruiserweight Classic. People like what's his name, Tigre Uno, in the Cruiserweight division. Rockstar Spud would be good in the Cruiserweight division. Crazy Steve, good Cruiserweight. They could use these guys for something. I could see how maybe putting them on the payroll might be hard. I mean, or maybe not, because Vince McMahon, he does have a lot of money regardless. He could probably pay these guys if he wanted to, but he doesn't really want to. It's been a discussion for years about, Vince McMahon not really paying wrestlers what they're really worth. But they could do an angle with another invasion, like the WCW WWE invasion, like back in 2001, where WCW invaded, but it was kind of a weak kind of thing, like they're basically having WWE stars, be part of the alliance to actually give WCW a chance, because they had Booker T, DDP, RVD, and no offense to them, they were good, but during that angle, they didn't have a lot of strong WCW stars, like no Kevin Nash, no Hulk Hogan, no Scott Hall, no one like that during the invasion to make it more interesting, no Sting. They didn't show up till later. Now, if TNA were to try to invade the WWE, they wouldn't stand a chance because of their roster. They got Bobby Lashley, EC3, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, the Wolves, Abyss, I guess, would be good. Abyss is kind of like Kane. I think that instead of Abyss, Joseph Parks would be a really good character for, the WWE as far as backstage, being like a manager or being like a general manager, although they already have one. Joseph Parks is a real good actor. Bram, he could team with Santino Marella. Let's see, Cody Rhodes, I think, is part of it now. Davey Richards, he's good. Drew Galloway. If Drew Galloway went to the WWE, they'd probably just bury him again because of the whole incident with Tiffany. It's why Drew McIntyre got so, buried and de-pushed, because he got in trouble. Mr. Anderson, he got in trouble for steroids. Jeff Hardy got in trouble for drugs. That's why he hasn't returned. Matt Hardy hasn't gotten in trouble, but he wouldn't be used right. Aaron Rex, Damian Sandow, he already left the company and already dissed the company when he went to TNA, so it'd be kind of embarrassing for him to come back and thinking he'll get a push, Robbie E would be good with Zack Ryder. Robbie E, Zack Ryder, and that other guy he's teamed with would make a good staple, in my opinion. Tyrus would be good. He was good in the WWE regardless. They just didn't use him right. He was undefeated until Big Show buried him. If I'm missing anybody, I'm sorry. Eli Drake, he'd be good. EC3 would be a really good character I remember when he was Derek Bateman in the WWE and NXT. Had a lot of talent. TNA made him a star, so everyone knows who EC3 is because of his long undefeated streak, which ended, but no one really cared. Mike Bennett, like Don Tony and Kevin Castle said he wasn't utilized properly. I agree. Moose, I don't really know him, you know. Then there's the female the female wrestlers. There's Madison Rayne. I'd love to see Madison Rayne in the WWE. Gail Kim. I really liked Brooke though. She was one of my favorites. The rest of them I don't really know. Like Rosemary, don't really know her. Rebecca Hardy, don't really know her. Raquel, don't really know her. I know Maria. I liked Maria. Maria would be fine, but that's my opinion. Brandy Rhodes. She can be with Cody Rhodes if they decide to come back. Sorry about me coughing. Let's see. Josh Matthews. He'd be alright. Jeremy Borash. I actually like Jeremy Borash. He'd be okay. He's actually more entertaining than I thought. Earl Hebner. Ooh, I don't think that he's allowed back because he was stealing merchandise, and that's why he got fired years and years ago. Now, I don't know what role Dixie Carter would play as in the WWE. She is the owner of TNA, so you guys know, the chairman, the chief strategy officer. Billy Corgan, I don't know him. Chris Soboy, I don't know him. This is just Wikipedia, so if these guys aren't on the roster anymore, I'm sorry, but you know, I wouldn't mind some of these guys back in the WWE. I think they could actually use them, honestly. But it's like, would we want to see an invasion angle? Would you guys want to see these guys in the WWE? Would it be a pretty good idea? I think they could use them for more stuff, you know. Might be an issue putting them on the payroll, actually using them properly. I mean, they gave AJ Styles the WWE Championship, which I think John Cena is going to beat him and become a 16-time champion very soon. They might have a rematch at WrestleMania 33, so who knows. But I'm just saying, like, in this situation, it's like, I think there's a lot of pros in buying TNA and using these guys because they have so much in the WWE right now. Some of these guys can start in TNA. I mean, in NXT, Some of these guys can start in NXT, work their way up, like Samoa Joe is doing right now. Like, what's that guy's name? Yeah, I forgot who he was. James Storm, I believe is what his name is. Yeah, James Storm. Whatever. Bobby Roode, Austin Aries, they could all go to TNA, work their way up, and become stars in the WWE. But I think it is a good idea for the WWE to buy TNA and use those stars. So now we have more fans, more people would watch the WWE. Because right now, even the WWE kind of sucks. I mean, watching it, there's no real big stars. There's Kevin Owens and AJ Styles. And AJ Styles is a big star. Kevin Owens hasn't really been developed yet, honestly. And that's my personal opinion. So I think bringing TNA to the WWE would make it a lot better and more watchable, in my opinion. Even the knockouts would be good for the Divas division. There's 2 women's champions now, so why not? There's a Cruiserweight Classic for the Cruiserweights in TNA, so why not? More competition could come in, being buried or not. It's kind of a win-win situation. So that's why I think the WWE should buy TNA, because it would make it better. More competition, more people would watch it, better ratings, and more to look forward to. But that's just my honest opinion. That's all I wanted to say. Have a nice day, and bye.